Hello there, James here, CEO, founder of efizbo. Let's talk pricing, let's talk transparency, let's talk about efizbo and our home selling process. Number one, every efizbo listing comes with a trusted third-party property inspection. We've got a great integration with Inspectify for this to happen. Why are we doing this? I believe that for buyers to be able to see a trusted third-party property inspection before they make an offer will make a better experience for all. Most transactions fall apart during the inspection period. If buyers have a chance to be able to see this at the listing, great. The world where sellers are trying to hide, or the world where real estate agents tell sellers, hey, you don't want to know anything that could be wrong with the property. That's a bad transaction for buyers and sellers. Having a transaction where we hope the buyer doesn't know about the hole in the roof, or we hope that the buyer doesn't know and then they find out about it right after closing, that's a poor transaction. If you're interested in that, we don't want you to close with efizbo. But every transaction has a trusted third-party property inspection on a 2,000 square foot home. That's about $400 in change. And that is the only amount of money that efizbo collects from a seller at listing. Number two, what does efizbo charge? We charge 1% of the purchase price and a $4.99 3D VR home scan fee. Now, that's our own employee coming out to that property before the listing goes live. We're taking photos, drone footage, we're creating 360 environments, true 3D environments. We have a virtual property specialist that creates a wonderful video highlighting the key features and benefits of every room in that home, right? We're doing a lot of work for that $4.99. Why are we doing that? You know why? Because most for sale by owner sellers are just taking iPhone photos, throwing it up on Zillow, and guess what? They're not getting the highest and best offer. I believe that if sellers have the technology to be able to market their home correctly, they're gonna get the highest and best offers. And we wanna make that possible. Now, in every transaction, there are standard closing costs. What is a standard closing cost? Owner's title insurance premium, doc stamps on the deed, maybe if a buyer's getting a mortgage, intangible tax, right? Doc stamps on the mortgage, recording fees. There are standard closing costs that are part of every transaction. And over at efizbo, you've got the ability to use our seller NetSheet wizard, our buyer closing cost estimator, and sellers and buyers can understand what these costs are before they ever make an offer on a property or before they ever list. I want there to be transparency of all fees. Now, what are the fees that we would never know that we can't even give you an estimate on? Well, for one, we don't know your HOA fees at the time that you're kind of poking around on our site or you're initially looking at our site. We would know prior to closing, so we can't handle those prorations. Does the buyer have to pay anything to an association? Does the seller have items on title that need to be cleared and there's a cost associated with that? For instance, paying off tax liens, outstanding building permits. It could be anything that we just don't know at the time that you're going through kind of that initial listing. I know buyers and sellers don't like numbers to change just prior to closing. And that's exactly why we built efizbo. There is a way for sellers and buyers that choose to be able to go through the entire process 100% online themselves, saving thousands. And I know it hasn't existed before. I know the time is now based on all the press regarding the National Association of Realtors and commissions and so forth. But guess what? efizbo is here. efizbo can help sellers save thousands and navigate the process. efizbo can help buyers navigate the process without agents involved. Or if they would like an agent involved, we can help accommodate that as well. We are here to make sellers and buyers the center of the transaction, save them thousands, give them the technology to market their property the best way, and we want buyers to be able to see a listing that used to just be an MLS 2D piece of paper. We want them to be able to understand as much as they can about this property before they ever make the offer. And we believe we're making that happen. We believe there's incredible value in that. Okay? So if you have any questions, text us, call us, head over to efizbo.com. We've got a customer support team that's ready and willing to help you guys navigate the selling or buying process. And we're here to help. Thank you so much.